Chandrababu demands. What's he demanding? That's what we're going to talk about. The capital witnessed the arrival of two chief ministers from two Telugu-speaking states today, Chandrababu Naidu and Revanth Reddy. Revanth Reddy met with Amit Shah as well as Prime Minister Modi to thrash out several issues before he meets with Chandrababu Naidu on 6th of July. And now let's focus on Chandrababu Naidu and his plans for Andhra Pradesh.
Nara Chandrababu Naidu ane nenu
It's a new era in Andhra Pradesh, and Chief Minister and TDP Supremo N. Chandrababu Naidu is of course also in the capital for a couple of days with a set agenda. Babu first met with Home Minister Amit Shah and other cabinet ministers before rounding it off with his meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The agenda is to get financial assistance for the debt crisis gripping Andhra Pradesh, which also includes promises made in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014. Reports indicate that Chandrababu has inherited an empty exchequer because as on end March 2023, under the previous YS Jagan Mohan Reddy led YSRCP government, the total debt of Andhra Pradesh increased by 67% to rupees 4,42 crores. So far as the state's gross fiscal deficit is concerned, it stood at rupees 55,817 crores as on 31st of March 2024 and increased by 57% in 2018-19. After taking over as Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Chandrababu Naidu's government released two white papers, one on Polavaram and the other on Amravati, which was also part of his meeting with Prime Minister Modi. Focusing on the proposed capital, Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu said that his main priority today is to restore investors' confidence before constructing the capital city. There are of course plans to build Amravati as the capital city and finally give Andhra Pradesh a capital. Now, land pooling in this involved 34,400 acres donated by 29,966 farmers. That also was something that Naidu highlighted on. He also said that he would rebuild Amravati after constructing its brand image and crossing all hurdles. The question is, how does Babu tide over all the financial challenges that he's facing as of today? Will he be able to restore first the confidence amongst his people and number two, build Amravati, which is his dream project? Let's now discuss this, and the guest today is Deepak Reddy, National Spokesperson for the Telugu-Desam Party. A very warm welcome to you, Deepak Reddy. Namaste. Chandrababu Naidu is here. I mean, he's putting his best foot forward considering that it's a new era in Andhra Pradesh, as it were. And we've been doing a lot of stories about, the kind of siphoning off which has taken place in the erstwhile, as you claim, as your party and your government also claims, in the erstwhile Jagan Mohan Reddy tenure. Now, I want to ask you that we are getting reports that the special status issue was not even discussed with the Prime Minister. Would you like to comment on that, Deepak Reddy, before we go ahead?
Starting with a question what the indie ecosystem is really pushing us, so that you're cornering me on that. Well, okay, let me come straight to it. I have to clarify once and for all from the Telugu-Desam Party side on this issue, because there is a lot of talk around this. When we made an alliance, when all the three parties made an alliance, there were no preconditions saying that, this is the condition for our alliance. We were facing a leader who was destroying the state of Andhra Pradesh. So our common agenda was to send Jagan out of power and save the state of Andhra Pradesh. So no preconditions were actually kept. So this part has to be absolutely clear in all angles. Yes, we are discussing on several issues concerning to the state of Andhra Pradesh. If you have seen our team today, already our team has met the Prime Minister, Nitin Gadkari ji, Piyush Goyal, Amit Shah ji, and Shivraj Singh. So totally around 8 back-to-back meetings are scheduled with all the ministers. And the entire team, the three cabinet ministers from the state of Andhra Pradesh, our entire MPs, and the concerned state ministers, and the whole team is actually going and meeting
All
everybody.
right. Okay.
Yeah. So we are actually going from ministry to ministry on certain key issues where we need support, and we are requesting the central government to assist us. So there is
So,
absolutely
no, so special status was also discussed. Is that what you're saying, Deepak Reddy? You had several meetings. We have visuals of those meetings. Today, Deepak, I wonder if you can see my wall. You know what it says? Chandrababu demands. There is no question mark. We know that he's a man with a purpose. He demands. He deserves it. And therefore, because we have done so many shows, I asked you about special status, if that has been discussed, because that remains one of the most contentious points ever. You know, you speak to young boys, young people, 20-year-old boys in Andhra Pradesh, they said, ma'am, everything is going to be fine. I wish we have a capital very soon. It somehow pinches them. You know, it is somehow like you don't have something which is very vital to yourself. It's an identity, as it were, Deepak.
Let me tell you, it is absolutely the most sensitive issue in Andhra Pradesh. And that is the very reason we actually broke our alliance earlier. And Chandrababu Naidu ji fought hard for it. So it is something which is very dear to our heart. But looking at the current political scenario and the Shakuni type of politics what the Indie ecosystem is playing, trying to wedge differences between us, I would not like to, use such kind of a strong language as we demand or we are, that kind of a language. But we are working as partners together with the best interests of people of Andhra Pradesh in mind and the larger interests of the nation in
Right,
mind.
because it's also being, when very quickly, let me make a comment and move on to other issues. But you know, they are saying that if you ask for a special status, then others, we know who the others are. They may also jump around and say, we also want it. So right now, I think Chandrababu is taking it very easy. I want to ask you a question because there is a financial
So he's not
crisis.
taking it easy, but he's taking it the way it has to be taken.
All
Let me
right.
put it that way.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you about the financial crisis that you are being faced with. The exchequer is almost left empty, according to you, by the erstwhile government and Jagan Mohan Reddy. You see, your Super 6. Let's not forget that your Super 6 also did it for you. People repose their trust in you. That here are the Super 6 promises, you know, for women, free bus travel, special cash for those who are unemployed, also LPG cylinders for women. I mean, it has worked. The welfare has worked. The Labhartis, as it were, decided to vote for you en masse. But the thing is that you require, because your budget, correct me if I am wrong, Deepak Reddy, is going to be presented this month only, July. Now, 60,000 crores you require for this. Everyone wants to know, how are you going to tide over it, Deepak Reddy? What's your plan?
Actually, this was a question which was asked earlier to Chandrababu Naidu ji and Lokesh ji also. And the answer was very clear. Before we have given the commitments for these welfare schemes, we actually went in and studied our finances really in depth and then came out with this proposal. There were three major areas where we thought we could get additional funds. One was the unnecessary spending what was being done by the earlier government. Like just for painting, they have spent around 3,000 odd crores, 3,700 crores or something. And liquor, the kind of tax evasion, and on minerals, the kind of a tax evasion, and unnecessary expenditure what they were keeping.
Right.
All these put together, the savings itself, tentatively we thought would be approximately 30,000 crores per annum. So this was one of the estimate. We have to, streamline the way the government expenditure is done. But we think we will stick, we can comfortably tide over and fulfill our commitments. So these commitments were based on certain calculations. They were not blindly given. So that is one thing we can, I want to make it absolutely clear. One thing most important here is the financial situation. The figures what you have just put out are official, but the unofficial figures what we have come to know so far is the state debt is somewhere close to 12 lakh crores.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah. So when we left power in 2019, it was 2.5 lakh crores. Jagan Reddy has added almost 10 lakh crores in this last 5 years.
All right, and that's a very vital question because you have a whole lot of tasks listed in front of you. Deepak Reddy, Chandrababu Naidu, Pavan Kalyan Garu and the TDP Janasena combine along with the BJP, of course, in Andhra Pradesh. What are the ways ahead? Because don't forget, Chandrababu Naidu is known to be someone who has a CEO-like approach to any political problem.